Okay, good morning everybody. So I'm going to talk about AI factories antennas. It's a fun topic. It's a topic that 1 year ago I didn't realize would be such a big part of my life in 2025. It's been quite a ride, so I'm going to give you a quick overview of it. AI, it's kind of a big thing, as you all already know. All the cool AI stuff seems to happen everywhere except for Europe. European Commission saw this, said like, let's do something about that, and they do what they do best. They make a big plan. So they wanted to make an AI continent. Lots of topics are involved in that. One of the most important ones, of course, is AI needs data. You need high quality data, so they want to put a lot of effort on unlocking data sources. They want to put an emphasis on skills, training people, getting people access, learning how to use AI, the actual development of algorithms, the adaptation of it. Europe being Europe, we also want to simplify the rules. And then the thing that's most interesting for us, I think, the infrastructure to actually do the AI, which in reality is just big GPUs. Okay, this is going to work better. Hello? No? Okay, one step back. A topic more familiar to the people in the room, Euro HPC. So that was started in 2018 when Europe, same story. So again, that for HPC we were very dependent on non-European companies. The large clusters were not in Europe, so Europe wanted to be have more autonomy, have these clusters. So the entire Euro HPC initiative was started. That so far resulted in 6 petascales, 3 pre-exascales, and 1 exascale system. You already heard about the exascale. Jupiter came in as the #4 fastest systems in the world. It is so far the first and only exascale system in Europe. I've been told it's not yet in production, but in fact it's completely working and it's in use. The next one should come in France, but we'll see. Belgium took part of the LUMI consortium that apparently got cut off from my map. Anyway, it's in the high north. Most of you also are familiar with the LUMI system. In 2024, the Euro HPC initiative got extended to AI factories. Now, what is an AI factory? Basically, it's a big supercomputer tailored for AI, aka it has a lot of GPUs, combined with a service center. What does a service center do? On one hand, we don't want to just offer the infrastructure to run AI, but you also want to have data. You want to have the systems to actually clean out your data, unlock your data. You want to have access to experts about algorithms, which these large language models are all nice, but you need people how to actually use them. There is a whole legal matter involved about which data you can do, what not to. There is an initiative around trustworthy AI, so it's actually AI in its totality. The idea is you can go there with your problem and they will help you solve it using AI, using the supercomputer. This is new, and the next slides I'll show you an overview. There are only a limited number of AI factories. The next initiative they took was to, instead of doing it classically, everybody has its own AI factory, they wanted to make extensions of the AI factory, which is an antenna. The idea of that is an AI factory in, for example, the one connected to the Jupiter system, doesn't know how things work here in Vlaams, Belgium. They want to have a local connection, so people here who actually know what are the players around AI, who know who to talk to, who can go directly to Belgian companies, to Belgian researchers, and make the link with the AI factory. So we will actually, the antenna will actually extend the services offered by the factory to locally here in Belgium. And also, one of the most important things about it will be giving you access to the infrastructure, but also especially giving you access to the services the AI factory offers. Now, how many AI factories do we have? This is I think the most up-to-date map there is. Most important thing to know about this is none of them are actually really fully operational. There were 2 tracks to get an AI factory. Either you buy a completely new system, which you took that track, you're still ongoing, or you took an existing supercomputer and you upgraded it to an AI factory. That is what is done with Jive. So that is actually the AI factory that's connected to the Jupyter supercomputer. The Jupyter supercomputer is almost completely operational, so the factory around it will kick off somewhere in 2026. Lumni AI, on the other hand, for example, they are procuring a completely new system, which people in the room know probably better than I, but what I've been told is end of 2027 it will become operational. They're already kicking off on the existing Lumni system. Because all these factories are actually still ongoing, starting up. Still a lot of figuring out, but it's interesting. And then the ones which on this map are in color are the last ones. Those only got approved in October, so these are still in total startup phase. What are we going to do with the Belgium AI factory? We are going to connect with two factories, the Lumni one and the Jupyter one. Why two? Well, it's a long story. Basically, Lumni, on the one hand, because we already talked to Lumni, we are very happy with Lumni. There is good connection with Lumni, and they want to be the biggest one, so we definitely keep on track with that. Jupyter is, for all kinds of political reasons, a very interesting system, and also because the system is already there, and it's NVIDIA. So the paperwork to actually connect both to our factories is ongoing. So with Lumni, that will still at the start be with the current Lumni system. With Jupyter, it's on the new Jupyter system. And then later on, we will switch to the Lumni AI. Yeah, this is kind of a complex picture with all the AI antennas connected to which AI factories they are connected. I think the Swiss did the best one. They are connected to 4. They won. Originally, you can only connect to 1. Now, we might have only connected to 2 AI factories, but we compensated in the number of partners. We have no less than 23 partners in the consortium. If you look at the Flanders column, I think that's all the usual suspects. It's universities combined with IMEC, CIDIS, and VUB. IMEC is leading the consortium. On the Walloon side, I think it's also more or less the usual suspects. What is new is the federal government, this column. So the federal government is also part of this consortium. It's going to be interesting to see how that works. And there's also Brussels. Brussels is limited because you actually need the government to decide something. So they are in there. We as VUB are also in there, and the ULB combined with CIDIS, but we're also all, that makes it complex. We're also in the Flanders bot and ULB in the Walloon part. It will have challenges, a consortium of 23 partners. First step we actually have to do here is make a consortium agreement amongst ourselves. That is the ongoing process. What are we going to do with the antenna? We picked 5 focus points. First one was very clear from the political side. We had to put it at number 1, but it's very new for us. It's defense. We'll have to see how that works. The second one is, for Flanders, very important, life sciences. Third one is also for Flanders, very important, manufacturing and robotics. The fourth one comes more from the Walloon side, space. And the fifth one got pushed from the federal level, digital transformation of public services. Those are the 5 focus points. The downside of picking focus points, of course, is you can only pick a few, else there are no focus points. Not everybody was happy with that. There's a long list of others to make everybody happy. Let's be serious, we're going to focus on the top 5. Now, what do we want to do with the antenna? On one hand, we want to help the adoption of AI everywhere we can. Again, it's about research, about getting things done. It's not necessarily about, although there's discussion on that, about what I would call production work. Yeah, if you want to figure out the solution to a problem, figure out the algorithm, try things, train things, definitely the antenna. If you actually want to use it for your day-to-day work, that's another level, because then you need higher SLAs and stuff, but that's up for discussion. We want to get people, companies and organizations access to the machines. On one hand, it's access to the infrastructure, the hardware, and the training, and everything that comes to it with what you actually already do to get access to the supercomputers. On the other hand, it's about access to the algorithms, the expertise, about all the AI research in Flanders to use it. Of course, we want to collaborate. We want to collaborate with all the other antennas. And last bit, but not the most important bit, training. There's a large bit of training. There's not that much training in the antenna, but it's more about unlocking already existing trainings to the right people. There's concrete in services. So on one hand, there's the technical service about getting access to infrastructure and the algorithms. The other bit is about data. So well, as I already said, and as most of you probably know, a lot of things about AI are about having high quality data. This is hard. What are the things, this gets interesting, for example, the federal level, apparently Cienzano has a lot of very interesting data they want to unlock through this. So we're going to see what we can do there. Training. We are going to offer training services. We're not going to make, there's not enough budget for that. We're not going to make new training, but we're more going to unlock existing trainings and make sure people get the right training. There's a whole chapter about trustworthy AI, of which I personally don't know much about. You all have heard about hallucinations. They want to make AI trustworthy. There's a whole chapter on that. People are going to work on that. It's going to be interesting to see what happens there. Another thing, and that's the most fun thing, is the legal aspect. You have data, you have medical data on which you want to train stuff. That's very interesting to try to get that done, but that's one of the things we want to get done. And lastly, ecosystem, again, that's connecting to all the other AI factories, going out, telling the story about AI, selling VSC, selling the antenna. So in a nutshell, we have 23 partners spread over 4 levels, ecosystems, whatever you want to call it. We're linking to 2 AI factories. We have a budget of 10 million for 3 years. We hope to start April 2026. That's the current plan. So unless something happens, that's definitely what we want to do. That means we should, one of the plans is that we should do a launch event in the first 6 months. So probably in September, there will be a big kitsch launch event about the antenna, because one of the downsides, this you already have probably heard of the antenna. I have been giving presentations about the antenna already for quite a while, but it's a bit annoying. Of course, we have not started. If somebody now is going to ask, when can I use the services, I have to say, not yet. But the idea is to go to one-shop stop. What's also relevant for this audience, the focus from the European Commission is very much companies. Preferably small, mid-sized companies. Academics, all welcome, but they really want us to focus on companies. The KPIs are about companies, so that's going to be the focus point of the antenna. That doesn't mean there will be no compute time for academics. There is other budget also foreseen that we will have access to the Lumni AI computer specifically designed for academics. There's still the existing Lumni call, and there's of course Sophia, which we're later going to talk about. But the focus point of the antenna for the Commission is companies. And I think that was my last. Yes.